Hey Yagaho, back with round 2 of the London Players Guild tournament up against orangeswim, who if you don't know is the developer of the excellent DigimonCard.dev website, the database where you can go and look at all the English translated proxies, build decks, export them to your favorite simulator. Absolutely fantastic resource for this growing game. Definitely need to go and check it out for sure. It's even being updated, I believe, now to have other languages as well besides just the English proxies, so that's incredible. Anyway, he has got some red deck for us today, and I feel like red is typically my worst matchup here, if only because of one card, and that is Terraforce. So he's just going to chuck down a booster Greymon after digivolving his, that was a Yokomon, yeah, Yokomon into a starter Agumon, so decent enough start. We are not rookie locked this game, so we're going to continue to actually get all the way up to Ultimate on the first turn. That's pretty great. I've got 0 memory at the moment. I kind of wish I could have gotten Lilymon down there instead of Digitamamon because I do have the Grand Kawagamon in hand ready to go. I could throw down a Goburimon or go ahead and get Mimi on board, and I decide I want to go ahead and favor the early Mimi and just make sure that I'm going to have at least 3 memory to work with going forward. It'll also give me some decent raising area mobility to work with, as we do already have the ultimate down ready to go ahead and go. If I didn't have the ultimate ready to go, perhaps I would have just gone with the Goburimon there. But we do see the starter Greymon come down on top of the starter Agumon, so that's going to give something an inheritable security attack +1. Kind of glad it's not the promo Greymon that just has security attack +1 if Agumon is in your Digivolution sources, so it's not going to swing in right away. It's going to go ahead and pass it over to me with 1 by digivolving into Garudamon, so very happy I got Mimi down. It's going to buy me 2 memory right away, so that's great. Raising phase, we're going to send out the Digitalmon, going to go ahead and hatch that egg with Mimi, and I believe this is where I would like to get down a Kokuamon, while I've kind of got a little bit of spare memory to go. And Kokuamon is the best inheritable effect overall, right? But, you know, when you've got 0 memory on your first turn, it's kind of sketchy. Thankfully draws into a different champion, a 1-cost champion, in fact, so I don't have to use my Woodmon there. And yeah, that's actually going to allow me to pass it over with just 1 memory, and go ahead and get Lilymon ready to go on the next turn as well, potentially into a Grand Kawagamon. Might be able to use Digitalmon to borrow some memory as well, so that's a play I'm eyeing up. Flips over a Koromon in the from his Digitama deck, which is interesting. I feel like I don't see Koromon quite as much, but I guess if you're not focused on piercing, you don't run Babymon. I don't know. You see Garudamon there as well. Interesting choice. Then again, I guess Red also just likes to raise up. So thanks to the inheritable skill of Greymon, Garudamon is going to be able to swing in for 2 security checks and lops off 2 security, one of which being a Mimi, which is nice. So we got double Mimi action. You don't get to see that too much, but whenever you get a free Mimi, it's certainly very appreciated. And then, of course, the other security check being Vegemon. Ends his turn by digivolving into Booster War Greymon, which you don't really like to do. You like to try to get that, you know, same turn security attack buff, but it will at least protect it from being swung over, perhaps by a Digitalmon if I digivolve something to get Tanamon's effect. Let's see, do I have Kabuterimon on there? I think I do, actually. No, I don't. No, I don't. I definitely have Vegemon in that source. Alright, gonna go ahead and tap some Mimis to get a Fremon down, and we can digivolve that right away. Got a couple of Okuamon in the hand. Could go ahead and tap the other Mimi to bring it out, and I do choose to do so. I don't think there's going to be any thing that blows up both my ultimates before the end of the turn, but, you know, it's fine. So what I decided to do here is swing in with the Digitalmon. Yes, let's go ahead and go 7,000 into security, see what we flip over, and it's just a Promo Greymon, so cool. That'll gain me the 3 memory, and now I can go ahead and grab Grand Kawaga and still be able to attack with him that turn. And this is why Digitalmon is so good. I can go ahead and get Grand Kawaga out and use more than 4 memory on the turn. Fantastic. Definitely going to be swinging in and getting rid of that War Greymon there. We'll be able to rest the other Greymon as well by Lilymon's effect. I don't know if I actually remember to do that or not, but we have something like 17k into the War Greymon, as we do have Tanamon. We have security attack +1 from the Kokuamon as well, so 2 security checks coming up as we pierce through the War Greymon. Great to get that off the board. Let's see what we can do in security checks here and see what gets flipped over as we do a little bit of math there in the chat. Yeah, and that's why red is not my favorite matchup for sure. So that gets rid of my extra security attack. Felt like I was in a commanding position there, getting rid of his Mega, establishing one of my own, and then of course Terraforce. So thankfully we do have another Grand Kawagamon in hand that I could go ahead and put down. It's not super likely that he would be able to run it over. unless he had another Terra Force to go ahead and give me some more stuff. But I think I might just prefer to go ahead and build up into another ultimate just to ensure that we, continue to have access to Mimi. Gets Lilymon instead of having to go to the Okulmon, so that's fantastic. We've got Grand Kawaga for next turn, so I should be able to rebuild really fast into another Grand Kawagamon, especially if he cannot knock out this Digitalmon. And here we're going to end up passing over quite a bit of memory, but I only passed over 1 naturally from the Lilymon, so only 4 memory to work with after Digitalmon pays back the 3, so not too bad. That will probably not allow him to get into a Mega at the very least. So it looks like he's probably going to end up being capped at Ultimate as he brings out the promo Agumon, and looks like we get I'm assuming that's a Garudamon, it's a little hard to tell. It's got some sort of inheritable skill, and I believe that is what it is, and that's going to be going into, let's see, I'm waiting for him to choose which target. He is in fact going to go after the Digitalmon, probably the correct choice, actually definitely the correct choice because Garudamon has Piercing. That is Garudamon, right? No, actually that is Metal Greymon, I am sorry. So he is actually going to gain 3 memory as well. Same sort of effect as the Digitalmon. So he's going to borrow 3 memory, and then kind of not for a lot of effect as it basically gets paid back immediately. As he does throw down a Skull Greymon. Nobody with blocker on my side, so that's good. Very glad that we raised another ultimate in there so that Mimi continues to have effects. And yeah, double Mimi is shooting out some guys on my side for sure. And this turn we unfortunately, well actually because of him passing me so much memory, I actually can go ahead and get into Grand Kawagamon, and ooh, looky, we've got some Dimension Scissors. Unfortunately, we are 1 memory short from being able to get into Grand Kawaga as well as Dimension Scissors, so that's a little bit sad. No real good way to gain 1 memory, unfortunately. So a little too bad there, but I can definitely take out that War Greymon if I so choose. We can go and get some more stuff going on, draw some more cards, see what else we can get, and unfortunately not going to be able to do any sort of Dimension Scissor board wipe in the first game this time, so 2 memory to work with. Wouldn't be bad to get a blocker down. I'm definitely eyeing that up, which I can get down one of 2 ways. With 2 memory left, if I wanted to pass it over with 3, that could be fine. I think minimum I'm going to be able to pass over 4, so we're just going to go 16,000, 2 Metal Greymon, and hopefully we don't hit a Omnimon, and hey boys, we sure did hit an Omnimon. Now the funny thing about this is that Fremont sucks, if you guys didn't know. Fremont, I had 16,000 into the Metal Greymon, but then the Metal Greymon, well, I had 16,000 because of Kabuterimon, but then because, there's no more rested Digimon on the field, well, yeah. If that was a Tanamon, I would have still had 16,000 because I did Digivolve into the Grand Kawagamon that turn. So, yeah, that makes me feel a little bit sad. Some beefy security coming out from orangeswim, but oh well, oh well. So, as it is, I guess there's really no need to protect my Grand Kawagamon, seeing as it's dead. So, instead we're just going to go ahead and get another ultimate ready to be raised out on the next turn, so we can keep using Mimi and keep establishing some board presence. At the very least, we do have the security lead. He's got a slight board lead at the moment with an ultimate out there, but mine's about to come out on this following turn. And I do still have 2 Grand Kawagas in the hand, so thankfully we have not had a problem drawing into our Megas as we see a Gravity Crush come out, borrowing some memory, and that's going to get his Skull Greymon into a War Greymon, and that's going to keep the security attack +1. And we're going to see, yep, Tentomon and Lilymon not going to cut it down to just 1 security. Thankfully, I hope, well, he doesn't have 2 more swings left, it would appear, so we might be able to dodge a bullet here, and we'll see, have to see what we can get. We do have a Flower Cannon in the hand. If I can get, it's going to be a little tough to get rid of this guy. There is an Agumon coming down, and that's very sad for me, as it's going to remove somebody that I potentially could have attacked with. But we will be able to raise out this Okulmon, and it's looking pretty dicey here. The Terra Force and then the Omnimon with, not being from a Tanamon instead of from a Fremon, really put a stop to Grand Kawagamon's fun. So Okuamon's here with not a ton of DP going on, just a regular 6,000. Thinking about what I want to do. I could definitely go ahead and use some Mimis. Well, I could go ahead and use some Mimis, except for one problem, which is that I've already burned through all my Digi-Eggs. So, This is kind of the point in the game where Mimi is not really useful anymore. You see there, I rest Mimi and then realize, whoops, I already used all my Digi-Eggs. So we do have 6 memory to work with. That would allow me actually to, yeah, that's going to be just enough actually to allow me to get into a Flower Cannon and blow up that Orb Greymon. However, I also need to somehow stop all those attacks from coming through. So a bit rough there. Don't really see a way to do it, so it's not looking great. Not looking great, but we're going to go ahead and make whatever play we can here and go 16k from Tanamon, because it did just Digivolve, and Quartermon gets shredded through. And we're 1-1 on security, and unfortunately there's not a whole lot I can do here. I can throw out 2 Goburimon and hope that my last security is going to be something good, because, yeah, we've got only 1 left, and I don't have that blocker anymore. I believe, let's see, is my blocker in? I believe my blocker may be underneath my Grand Kuwagamon, is possibly what happened there. But we've got 3 Agumon actually coming out, so that looks like it's going to be a yikes, as he's going to be able to swing in for lethal this turn. Swings in with that, but oh baby! Mega Electroshocker as the last security, definitely activating the second effect there to rest 2 Digimon that have 5,000 DP or less. Super clutch as the last security. That'll rest the remainder of his Digimon that could attack this turn. Oh dear, oh dear. Alright, and now the tables have suddenly turned as Mega Electroshocker just basically said, nope, you're not going to be attacking anymore this turn. Sorry. And that looks like it might be game for me. Yeah, apparently I've seen one of my 5 option cards. I think this Flower Cannon is the first one that I have in my hand, is the first one I've seen all game. So I knew there had to be some more out there somewhere. He's just going to go ahead and toss down the Metal Gray, as we'll be able to untap our guys and swing in to steal the first game off the back of a Mega Electroshocker. Although I suppose, to be fair, that was some very gnarly security on his end as well that definitely stifled me. So just in case there's something stupid that happens with his last security card, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, play it out and play cautiously, I guess. There's a Dimension Scissor that I could play and just incredibly style on people if I really wanted to, but we'll go ahead and swing in. I don't see a way that any kind of security card would blow up my other 2 guys from red, so that's indeed going to be game with the Kabuterimon attack, and we'll go into game 2 after a bit of a nail biter there. That was very, very close. Alright, so after a very thrilling conclusion to Game 1, we start off Game 2, and unfortunately no rookie in this hand, but we are going second, so I will have a chance to draw one off the top of the deck as he flips over a Koromon into a promo Agumon that gives his Greymon Digimon plus 2,000 DP, and gets down a starter Greymon as well, and see if we can top deck a rookie here to get out of this jam. We do not get a Woodmon. Go ahead and hatch the Tanamon anyway. And it's Vegiemon or a Woodmon. Getting down a blocker would be nice. It would, however, mean passing over 3 memory on a turn where he would probably like to Digivolve into a 3-cost ultimate. So I'm not really feeling that. I'm just going to go ahead and drop Vegiemon and pass it over with 2, so that if he wants to get an ultimate out and attack with it this turn and capitalize on that security attack plus from the starter Greymon, it's going to have to be a Groundermon instead, which has a little bit lower DP and, you know, no inheritable skills. Instead, he's going to drop down a Biomon and establish some more Digimon on the board. And we continue to have no rookie. However, we do get to draw into one with this Digivolution into Lilymon. Unfortunately, that does pass the turn over, so we'll have to wait another turn to get any sort of things going on with the raising area. But at least we do have a rookie now on hand to kind of start getting the engine going. So establishes another starter Greymon, passes it over again with 1. And really feeling the 1 memory ping pong right now a little bit. But we do get a Kabuterimon there from our draw, so I'm going to be able to get a champion into the raising area. That's good. Got another rookie to keep it going next turn. That's cool. Looks like this might be an okay turn for Izzy, as I do have an ultimate already on board, as well as 2 Flower Cannons in the hand, right? You know, if you're looking for option cards, maybe Izzy can be a little bit risky because you might put them at the bottom of your deck. However, if you've already got the option cards, you're just looking for Digimon, and there's really no downside. So it's a great time to have Izzy on board for sure, and hopefully we can dig in and try to get something going, because I definitely feel like I've been not starting off on the right foot for sure. No Megas established yet, and I was really wishing I had a Mimi, and well, there's a Mimi now. So we're going to be able to get a Palamon from Izzy, and I'm being heavily tempted to toss down this Mimi because I'm really tired of getting past 1 memory. It is a bit of a risk because I will put him at 3, and he's got an ultimate on board, which could mean Booster Wargreymon comes down. But I decide, alright, you know, he doesn't have a Booster Tamer yet. I'd like to try to be the first one to get a Booster Tamer on board. And so I do pass it over with 3, and as soon as he moves the Metal Greymon back, I know I've done messed up. As here comes Wargreymon with security attack +1, and actually it's +2, courtesy of the Greymon and the Digivolution sources. Unfortunately there, because he does have the Agumon, he is at, I believe, at least 13,000, so it gets rid of 2 Grand Coagumons out of my security. That hurts. What I end up deciding to do around this time, as he is going to momentarily play down another something, definitely assessing to see, like, alright, is there any chance I can come back from this? These are 60-minute timed rounds, so I'm heavily considering scooping here and just going into Game 3, especially if something else really bad happens here, as we need to hit that F10 key on Octagon to reorient the board. And yeah, we'll see what he does here momentarily. Gets Omnimon out, which is going to destroy my Lilymon, of course, and pass it over with 6. Now, theoretically, I do top deck a Lilymon here, and I think about it for a moment. I could get 3 cards off the top of my deck by Digivolving into Tentomon, into Lilymon, and also by using Izzy, and try to get a Grand Coagumon off the top 3 cards of my 31 card deck. However, I did just lose 2 of them to security, so it's not looking very likely. We're just going to scoop and go into Game 3. And hopefully we'll have enough time to play a full Game 3, is the hope here. So, gotta be going first, and hopefully we don't get rookie locked this game and get off to a better start, and we'll see how we can go. Thankfully we are not rookie locked. We have an abundance of rookies, actually. Unfortunately, we don't have any champions, so it's not quite a clean ride all the way through. Got an option here on how to pass over with 2. Could either go Izzy or go Burimon. I think I'm going to end up choosing to favor the Izzy. Izzy could have potentially been really nice on the previous turn if I didn't make the slight blunder with the Mimi. I suppose if I didn't, I'm not quite sure how it might have played out in the end. I guess I did have some Woodmon in that hand that I probably should have established just to block the Wargreymon from coming down, at least on its initial turn. So there was that. Who knows, he might have had a Gravity Crush anyway. Anyway, he's going to go ahead and get down a starter Agumon in the raising area and toss out the promo Agumon directly onto the field with the 2 memory that I passed him. And I think this is the time where we just go hard Digitalmon. The alternative is I could pass it over with 1, but I really want to go ahead and get some value out of my Izzy because I don't have any champions, I don't have any megas. I need to start churning through the deck. We've already got a Flower Cannon as well, so that's not so bad. You know, we at least have 1 to start the chain if need be. And establishing Digitalmon could potentially, you know, set up the Dimension Scissor board wipe going forward in the future. So I think that is probably the correct play to get Digitalmon down. It will allow him to definitely build up some fierce stuff right here. So he's gonna get another starter Agumon down as well, and maybe get one of those 2 Digivolved. Instead, we're gonna see him going wide with a Biomon and getting 4 Digimon on board. Goodness. We are going to be able to get some mobility out of the raising area as there is a Mimi, and right about now I'm kind of looking at Mimi with the stink eyes. It was potentially not a great play to put her out in the previous game, but Izzy's going to get me a Kabuterimon, fittingly enough, we're going to be able to Digivolve Tentomon into Kabuterimon. I got a Lilymon already in the hand, so that can put me at 2 memory, and that's probably what I'm looking at doing here. And I feel a little bit gun-shy on slinging down the Mimi, but now there's 2 of them, and I feel like, well, I'm probably not going to get one off security, so I guess we'll go ahead and throw down the Mimi. It is definitely risky, as we got a couple of guys on board, and now we have access to security attack pluses and all that jazz. So we'll see what happens here, as the Greymon looks like it's going to Digivolve into a Metal Greymon from the booster. So that's going to at least have security attack +1 right there, as it gets him down to the 1 memory. And from here, could potentially see some stuff possibly swinging in with some extra memory. Just thinking about it for a moment. It's going to actually play a Gravity Crush to get some extra memory, and oh boy, that's why you play Gravity Crush, to get Booster Wargray coming down. Repeat of last game, big time, as he's going to have 3 security attacks coming in. I do actually get a Mimi off security, as well as a Vegemon and a Palamon, so I'm already down to just 2 security left. He's got 3 attackers on board, And at this point, I'm feeling like, you know, this is probably quite possibly game over, especially if I don't check a Flower Cannon or another Mega Electroshocker like I did in Game 1. He's going to play another Gravity Crush, actually, and get the Pomo Greymon with Security Attack Plus, so I'm definitely expecting this to potentially swing in. But instead, we're just going to see an Omnimon come down and trash my Lilymon, so, you know, kind of taking a bit of a slow game, you know, potentially expecting there might be a Flower Cannon insecurity, so can't necessarily fault him for that, but man, that sure would have been game over, I feel like. Reasonably so. So after the double Gravity Crush and the Omnimon playdown, it'll pass it over to me with 10, and we'll see what we can do. It's not looking great right now, but we can definitely potentially make a comeback here. We got some, we got a Vegemon in the hand, as we're gonna get some Mimi mobility to really try to flood the board. Izzy gets me another Vegemon, and hey, you know, here's the champions. Finally, we can start getting these one-cost Digivolution champions and draw some more cards, get through the deck, and see what we can do. Gonna go ahead and Digivolve that other Goburimon into a Vegemon, and, you know, two memory paid and 2 champions established. We got a couple of ultimates in the hand. I would really like to get Lilymon down instead of Okuamon, obviously. It's what we like to do. I'm going to decide to hold off on that Okuamon on that one. I want to attack with the middle Vegemon there, because that is the one that has Tanamon and the Digivolution sources, providing me an extra 1,000 that I will need with Grand Kuwagamon to swing into Omnimon in his 15,000. So, unfortunately, we're not going to get a Lilymon. Of course, we get it off the, you know, the last possible evolution draw that, or the first one that I couldn't have used. So, figures, right? I'm going to go ahead and pay 4 to Digivolve into Grand Kuwagamon, and see those one-cost Digivolutions into Vegemon kept me from being, not having, or allow me to have enough memory to get all the way up into Grand Kuwagamon, and yeah, now we actually have 16,000 that'll be able to come in on that rested Omnimon. Yep, that is going to be exactly how much I have. We'll also be able to rest that Agumon, courtesy of Tintomon's effect, as we see an Agumon come down off the Pierce. And we're going to go ahead and attack with Digitalmon here, and here I believe is where we start to, we both kind of derp a little bit, I guess, right here. Me more so than him. I've already derped, actually, because I should have gained a memory there, courtesy of Okuamon. I am terrible at remembering that, because Lilymon is really the premier ultimate for this deck. So, goes ahead and takes out that Agumon with the Digitalmon. Remembers to gain the 3 memory, of course, from that. And then I believe we're going to swing in here with the Okuamon, which does actually have 6,000 DP. I believe the current Octagon proxy only has 5,000, which is a misprint, but oh well, hopefully they correct that eventually. So able to wipe his board down to just the Biomon. Got 1 memory currently, should be 2 because of the Okuamon effect that I neglected, and then I play down the 3-cost Palamon. For the first time in my life, actually hit a champion off of it. Any of those reveal the top X effects, and that memory should absolutely be at 3 beyond what it's at, but I guess really 2 beyond what it's at, because I should have gained 1 from Okuamon as well. Regardless, I don't think we ever catch this, so it should actually be at 4. I apologize, orangeswim. I guess neither of us caught it. It was kind of early in the morning when this tournament was taking place, so a little bit of lack of sleep. Easy to forget all these interactions when the client's not automated, of course, right? So, anyway, so he should actually be at more than that right now, but I don't know that it necessarily would have mattered, but just wanted to point it out and admit that I definitely made a blunder. I guess he made a blunder by not catching it either, but oh well. It's mostly on me because it's my card, so apologies for that. But neither of us caught it, so the game must continue as it is. Can't really go back and correct it now, can we? Anyway, also just a note to myself to please remember your Okuamons whenever you actually use them. So we got a Korgramon and a Biomon down on his side of the board, and the security count is definitely still well in his favor, as he's got a 3rd guy on board, so we're going to untap all of our stuff that we were able to use last turn, courtesy of the Omnimon, and continue to draw into some rookies, so that's great. We've got a blocker ready to go, and we're going to go ahead and Flower Cannon that Korgramon. Main effect of Flower Cannon can rest blockers, the security attack, or security effect rather, cannot. But that one can, and we're going to go ahead and get rid of that, I believe, with our Grand Kuwagamon, and see where we can go from there, as we do have that Tintomon effect to rest the other rookies and continue to lock down his board is definitely what we're looking to do here. Go ahead and correct myself and pay for the Flower Cannon right there, paying 3 down to 1. Gonna go ahead and tap the Mimi to bring out the Tintomon. We got a lot of guys on board. This should theoretically, honestly, be enough to win the game, as this is gonna pierce, and then I'll have 4 more attackers to deal with 3 security. So that's pretty rad. We'll see how it goes. We'll rest that Biomon and get rid of the Quartermon. There's a Skull Raymon. That's kind of what I was worried about a little bit earlier with playing out the Woodmon versus Vegiemon. But as it is, we're going to swing in with the Digitalmon. And I believe we're going for a broke. We're going to attack into security right here. And flips over the boosted Raymon. Akuamon swings in and checks a Terra Force. Well, so the good thing about this is he's kind of forced to target either the Tentomon or the Palmon, goes for the Tentomon, because otherwise I did have 2 more swings against his only 1 security left, which would have been game. So I do get to protect my Grand Kawagamon, so not the absolute worst. We're going to go ahead and get a Kabuterimon. Well, first I'm going to remember to actually use my Mimi there, as that is my last Digi-Egg that I can hatch. That's the end of my Mimi usage. Now here's the Lilymons coming down. Probably going to go ahead and establish one of those. Could establish a blocker instead. I kind of doubt he's going to be able to do anything, but maybe we will remember to pay back the memory this time with Digitalmon. We're going to go ahead and go, looks like 5,000 into security? Is that what happened there? No, I attacked into the board, that's right. Attacked into the board since I was not going to be able to go for lethal that turn, leaving him with just an Agumon, and we go ahead and get the Woodmon down as well to potentially protect Grand Kawaga if he does try to swing into that. Do have another Grand Kawaga in the hand as well, and you know, if there's something big that comes out like a Terra Force, we can probably get into another one anyway. There's a Quartermon that comes down, as we indeed did remember to pay back the Digitalmon there, so we got it correct there. However, I think we forgot the Okuamon again, so maybe in the long run it evens out, but it was still dumb. My little bit of sloppy plays, but my apologies. We get a booster Metal Gray coming down, and should theoretically, I don't know, whatever. The memory situation was kind of a mess this entire third game. It was a little bit messy. I believe that he's going to survive that because he does have the starter Agumon for an extra 1,000 on top of the 7,000, and he's going to go ahead and drop down the Phoenixmon to, actually I believe not end his turn, because he did gain the extra memory from attacking with the Metal Greymon, and there could potentially be an Omnimon on top of that, but instead it's going to be a Skull Greymon that comes down and gets rid of my Woodmon. I feel pretty confident though. We do have only 1 security left to churn through, have a lot of memory on the board, and that looks like it's going to be just about game for me, as we could do some styling on here with Dimension Scissor, but kind of no need. We can just swing in on the Phoenixmon and check the last security and then attack with whoever for game. So it's going to end up being, I believe, unless this last one is a double Terra Force, it is not. It's going to be good game, Orangeswim. Again, sorry about the memory mismanagement there with the Digitalmon paying back, as well as my Okuamons. I don't really know that it necessarily would have mattered, but potentially it would have. I can't really know that for sure at the moment. But anyway, definitely a very, very close game 3 that I feel like he very easily could have rushed me down, and I kind of got off the hook on that one. I also kind of got off the hook with the Mega Electroshocker play. So some really good games, and I'll see you guys for the round 3 where we're going, we're 2-0, looking to keep doing pretty well. Later days.